Before the sun was even up, Russian forces started attacking Ukraine from three sides. Explosions rang across the country, including the capital, Kyiv. Tens of thousands of civilians fled their homes, heading west.
Специальной военной операции.
The offensive started hours after Russian President Vladimir Putin declared what he called a special military operation, saying the aim was to protect people from abuse and to, quote, denazify and demilitarize the regime. Moscow also targeted the southern city of Odessa and blockaded its port on the Black Sea to try to cut Ukraine off from crucial food supplies. Attacking from the south, Russia seized the Kherson region near the Crimean Peninsula, which it had illegally annexed in 2014.
Our people, our Ukrainians, do not retreat, do not give up, do not stop the resistance.
Moscow expected Kyiv to fall within days. Instead, it encountered stiff resistance from Ukrainian fighters as its own troops exposed their unpreparedness. After weeks of fighting, Russian forces pulled back, leaving a trail of atrocities in their wake. Footage of bodies strewn around the small town of Bucha on the outskirts of Kyiv shocked the world. Ukraine's foreign minister called the massacre, quote, the most outrageous atrocity in the 21st century. Then, in April, came a Russian missile strike on a train station in the eastern city of Kramatorsk, which killed over 50 civilians. This as President Putin ordered a fresh offensive to capture all of the Donbass region. The Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol, where a days-long siege took place, became a symbol of Ukrainian resistance. Over the summer, the tide started to change. Ukraine recaptured Snake Island near Odessa, easing the pressure on the southwestern front. In the weeks that followed, its forces launched a counteroffensive in the east with the help of Western-supplied weapons and drones. They ended up recapturing several cities in Donetsk province. In September, pro-Russian officials staged referendums on whether to separate occupied territories in the Donbass from Ukraine. The votes were widely described as a sham, but Moscow declared the annexation of Luhansk, Donetsk, Kherson and Zaporizhia nonetheless. In a major blow to Moscow, an explosion destroyed a part of a bridge linking Crimea to Russia. Moscow retaliated with a fresh offensive targeting Ukraine's energy infrastructure, a strategy they continue to use, resulting in millions facing frequent blackouts as winter approached. Then, in a major victory for Ukraine, it recaptured Kherson and parts of the Mykolaiv region, forcing Russian forces to fall back to the eastern side of the Dnipro River. The coming of the new year saw little change in the position of the front line, but on New Year's Day, a Ukrainian missile hit a building in Donetsk where Russian troops were staying, killing hundreds, according to Ukraine, and embarrassing Moscow. 2 weeks later, a stray Russian missile leveled an apartment block in Dnipro, killing over 40 people and leaving around 400 homeless. As the one-year anniversary of the start of the war approached, Ukraine readied itself for a fresh Russian offensive. Much of the fighting in 2023 has centered around the city of Bakhmut. With scores said to be dying every day, it has become the stage for the bloodiest battle in this war.